What are we watching first? What do you think will be best?
They're all pretty
what's
bad.
the main? What's the main?
All right.
You know what I'm talking about? I can't say it without giving it away.
Well, we got one that I think is
right
about student council.
Is this recording right now?
One is about a guy almost falling in love with his sister. The other one's about an Italian.
But he didn't at the very last second.
That's for us
We
to
don't know
decide,
that.
Pat.
人は彼らをこう呼ぶ天文部と
I'm just gonna say I got a bad feeling about this anime.
Did you notice how they spelled astronomy?
No, I didn't. How old are these kids?
I think high school.
Old enough to have asses, Pat.
Oh, they're doing English. What is this book they're reading? What? This makes no sense. Your story doesn't make jack worth of sense, woman.
It's called grown.
Old ponytails is coming up behind. No, you're going. Oh, go. Oh. What did she trip on exactly?
The floor.
Boy or girl? Boy or girl?
50-50.
I'm going girl.
It is.
It is a
wearing
girl.
skirt.
Okay, then girl.
I don't know. I think the plot of this is one of them. There is a boy somewhere.
All I can figure out is everyone's lives must suck after high school because everyone just looks back on it like really fondly.
Yeah.
Remember when we were in the tic-tac-toe club? Oh, those were the best days of my life.
I thought I was gonna graduate and go to space, but nope.
What is up with these outrageous bow ties? Is this part of the school uniform?
Yeah.
Apparently it is.
That's an entrance exam to be able to tie a bow tie.
Good times. Good times had by all. Little fan serve there, just in case we were getting bored, which I was.
What's wrong with Pat?
I don't know what's right with this. I guess it's a better question. Holy cow.
Well, there's
Where'd the tea and crumpets come from?
It's a
They
club.
caught him. That was in the last segment. Do you remember?
No, I do not remember that. Is this necessary? It just
This is normal for
like
this school.
naked girl off to the side?
club activities.
It's the Ass-tronomy club, Pat. You don't know.
Oh my word. Oh my, what is this? What is this? What is this? Is this like some rapist dream or something? I don't know what I'm watching. I guess is my question.
He's trying to get into the club. This is the test.
Are they going to go to Magic Land soon, or are they just?
I think she's trying to join the regular astronomy club. She doesn't realize that she walked into the wrong room.
My neighbor walked by and she was like,
That is the correct response. If she'd walked by and done that, you'd be like, "We gotta move. I'm sorry, we just gotta go."
It's a bad neighborhood.
Again, this again, freaking. Oh, what the heck is going on?
is this what it's like at OSU, Pat?
I kept asking his girlfriend, why do girls just always molesting each other?
She's not Japanese. She can't answer the question correctly.
All girls do it. I've seen many documentaries where two girls, they start fighting over some fella just to end up having a threesome with them.
And it usually ends with a cup.
I mean, for crying out loud. It's like, what is wrong with these girls? This doesn't make any sense.
Why is she carrying the box?
I've been wondering that for a while, but then other crazier things happened.
Is it
And
Pandora's box?
I was like, you know
Well,
what, I'll
isn't-
just let it be.
Isn't she like an apothecary from Athens? Isn't that her thing?
I've been trying to I truly been trying to figure this out. No idea. Oh, now we've gotten a live action for no apparent reason.
Okay, Patrick.
I guess that box was worth it.
Alright, if we can just stop this a minute early.
You don't want to listen to it?
I'm sorry, what was the name of that thing?
Ebiten Kouritsu Ebisugawa Koukou Tenmonbu.
Do we have a shorter form of
You gotta.
that?
What would you call it? What's the shorter form of it?
How about boo?
Boo.
B-U at the very end, boo.
All right.
Alright,
Now explain to us what just happened
for those of you at home whose eyes haven't been gorged out by this god-awful atrocity, how to explain it? Okay. There were some...
90% of terrible animes, and this fits into that.
Alright, as every anime... As I was saying earlier, in Japan, after high school, I guess your life just sucks to no end. And
They
you
all
just...
work for Foxconn?
You
correct?
just go home, sit down, and imagine your high school days. And apparently, this is
Maybe
just...
embellish them.
So this is yet another one. There are some girls at high school. It starts out with her in some class reading... What was the English book's name?
Grown.
Grown.
I haven't heard of that.
Do any of you remember a line from that thing?
Pussy woke up too late from hangover and never to send her to the town. In Tokyo, he and his grandfather attacked by same monster created by Yugi.
It didn't make jack's worth of sense. It truly didn't. Oh, even before then, they kind of hinted at maybe this would be like a Magic Girl astronomy club coming up.
Yeah, the beginning and the end was just both at the beginning. She's like, the stars are aligned.
The stars are here to... I don't know what's going on. Anywho, they also had a little section, it's not a principal, it's like the head student. I don't know what they're called. Student president, maybe?
Student
Oh
rep.
yeah.
Yeah,
president?
she was like, hey, we're going to shut it down, alright? We're going to shut this club down. And someone's like, why? It's like, no real reason. Just go down there and tell them that.
And then like nothing
I don't think she
happened.
did. I don't think she ever did.
She
went,
promoted the club.
she went down there and they were taking the clothes off this one girl who, sadly, I don't think she was ever able to get the clothes back onto her the entire episode.
No.
Although at the very end she did have some weird clothes. I don't know where they came from, but they weren't really covering her too
From
well.
the stars.
Yeah. She,
So
she
I
must have
guess
just got her bra.
her character is just that half-naked girl. If any hot chicks are listening, she would be a good character to cosplay at Morricon. If any ugly chicks are
FYI.
listening, just make sure to stay clear of her. So yeah, then they were down in astronomy club land, being idiots for a good 20 minutes of the show. I really don't understand what happened down there.
Not at all.
Other than they're taking some girl's clothes off, and there's this other girl, and she wanted into the club for whatever reason, and they
They
made
gave
her
her
go.
some big test that turned into a play and then just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in Japan that made sense because you'd be like, oh, they're, making fun of Harsha Kamaha, the great play from where they would fight and some girl would carry a big box on her back, and then when she opened it, some girl spitting spitwads at her and go in her mouth, and she'd like fall asleep. And you're just like, this didn't make any sense. It truly, like, what were the animators?
From high school?
Yeah, I don't remember. All I could think of, when they were sitting around, they needed to pitch this to somebody, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
What did they go with? What was their story? Because they're obviously like, hey, we're going to get some high school girls the guy that joins home club, and he's like, done. Just make it.
You had me at high school.
You know what? Like 12 episodes in, I'll check up on you, see if the thing makes any sense, and then I'll kill it.
He was like, this is totally like my high school when I was younger.
Yeah, we were saying earlier, I've seen many documentaries myself, and I don't know.
What were some of the names of these documentaries, Patrick?
Like
Slutty Nurses 4.
Slutty Nurses 4, Hot for Teacher 5. You know, I don't believe, you know, really a good porno name can't just start off without a number after it. It always has
Just skip the first one and just call it like 6.
They make them in 3s. They just shoot them and just release them.
Anywho, it was just girls constantly fondling each other and not seeing any problem with it. Like every anime that you watch, there's always that one girl for some reason. Let's dress her up like a doll. And, she like early on she fell over nothing apparently, and they're like, oh shoot, unfortunately the camera is, you know,
on
looking up her dress, and we're just gonna let it just linger there for a little bit. She just sits there on the floor all sexy like. Anywho, I'd have to give it a 1 star out of 5 if I were to rate that. It was
On a scale of 10, what would you give it?
probably 1 as well. If you want to go up to 100,
Wouldn't it
I'd
be
probably give it a 2.
Yeah, out of 5? Wouldn't it be a 0.5?
Yeah, half a star.
It would be
No,
half a star.
you can't break it up like that.
Because at least they got it on the air.
Have you ever-
You gotta give them props.
They were able to trick someone into making it. What? So, are we going to start reviewing anime that didn't make it onto the air and be like, you know, it didn't even make it on the air. I'm going to give it 0 stars. It was just some random thing some kid drew and threw in the trash, which I'm now
We go get
reviewing, and it was terrible.
There's no voice acting. They couldn't get anybody to animate it.
Oh, it was just terrible. If you ever see, what was it called again?
I forget.
Boo. If you ever have the chance of seeing that, don't. And if you ever hear someone who said they saw that, and just don't even wait, just slap them a couple times. Slap the crazy out of them.
So you can't imagine a worse anime?
Oh, I can imagine worse animes than that.
Alright.
There was one I saw the other day. I think I was telling Laven about it. They're about 22 episodes long. They introduced about 30 main characters and had about 20 fights, and I didn't even get to the end of the episode before I said, this doesn't make any sense at all. It just stopped. There are a lot of crazy bad animes in the world, and this is one of them. And I'm sure there are worse ones, but you'd have trouble finding them.
Well, we have some. Right here.
抜けが激禁止なんだけど好きでも抑えらんない今すぐに友好条約破棄して
Kono Naka ni Hitori
Yeah.
Imouto ga iru.
Imouto.
She's just after your money! What the, whoa. Whoa, Lee. Just fantasizing about having a little sister that you could marry.
I wonder, cause yeah.
Oh, gosh.
It's getting good, isn't it?
What do you think of the opening?
Oh, look at that. Not only does he have one little sister to fall in love with, but like 5 or 6.
One of them is his sister and he doesn't know which one.
Oh, is that the whole plot?
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Oh, they're all brides.
I'm a little confused as to what I was watching there at the end. But at least they did give a plausible reason of why this kid doesn't have any parents sitting around. Normally they're just like, they're not here for some reason. Oh, he has a mom! Holy cow!
Let's see if she even lives in the same, like, county as him.
Gotta marry your sister. Why is that a condition? Why does he care?
His great old grandpa was
Explain it
crazy.
right now. The dad thinks he'll gain dignity.
No, he won't. He'll just be some creepy guy in a harem anime. I can assure you from stories that you can bang people in the dorm just fine.
But how many?
Now you have to, every once in a while, have someone like bang on the door, be like, "Hey, you two, settle down in there." But that doesn't slow many of the youngins these days down.
Maybe in Japan it's a little bit more strict.
I doubt it. He's about to meet some sister of his, I bet you, like 5 minutes.
Or like 5 seconds. They're just gonna run into each other on the corner.
For your next birthday, let's buy a birthday cake. He's like, well, why didn't we do that for the last birthday, you old man?
His mom didn't even know it was his birthday.
These are getting into a love shack.
Well, maybe she did, yeah.
She's about to get killed! Come on! Oh, please die, please die. No, I better stop right here.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, did you get
Oh,
hit?
that's great. That's great, he didn't save her. I love that.
Did she jump out? What happened?
A single cream puff in a box. Okay.
That's what you do when you go to the bakery, right? Buy a cream puff.
He got lost. He was walking in a straight line. And then saw the bake shop and was like, huh.
I'm confused. Why aren't they talking about the truck that just nearly killed her?
Yeah.
That has never been brought up. How did she get pushed back?
Yeah.
That's another question I
Either
would
she
like
was
to ask.
hit and run by the truck,
Was he supposed to like push her over?
or she defied gravity and just
jump?
kind of went, whoa!
She didn't even like thank him if that's apparently what happened.
No, he was on the other side of the road. Like she. Oh, maybe he. Did
Oh,
say-
maybe he got banged up on his forehead.
The truck hit him on the head.
Oh, it's a cream puff.
A single cream puff. Oh, it is so good.
That's where you
Looking
look.
right there. The old boobish swaying in the wind. I don't do this for anyone. Do what for anyone?
Wipe?
Give them half the cream puff? I mean, he's not anyone. He saved your freaking life. You didn't even bring that up. A park. Owajimayos! Or whatever they yell at in these Japanese classes. Why do all the new transfer students have to get up there and like announce who they are and several embarrassing things about themselves? Oh, I bet she won't like him for the rest of the episode. But then she'll fall in love.
And it's true sister.
We can't know that yet.
I don't know. Who is it?
We don't know. We don't get to know. It's part of the fun.
You probably won't even know when the series ends. You're just gonna be like, I
They'll
don't
just
know.
pick one, and then like even if
No,
it
they
turns
won't.
out-
No, it'll just keep going forever and nothing will ever happen.
Oh.
They'll just have to like go to this spa with all of them and get in some wild shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
And then on one of them, they'll see their family crest and it'll be like, I wonder what that is. Oh well, let's just keep going.
Yeah.
Are there no janitors in Japan?
No, just the kids have to.
Just
clean
the
up.
kids? Where do those things come out of the side of her head? What are those pink things?
They must be hair clips. That's my guess.
Random as heck. She's just as dumb as the last character.
I was gonna say she's the dumb one, but you think they're all dumb.
Don't do anything creepy. She did something creepy. She did something freaking creepy. And I told you not to.
I don't know what you're up to. Seems to be quite clear.
Should have tapped that while he could.
He passed up time up.
Oh, here's Magic Girl. Good old Glasses McGee over here. Ready to cast up a spell. She must be part of the astronomy club as well. You see the size of that kid's TV in his room? Holy cow!
Well, he just got an apartment for free.
Did you just see the size?
He's rich.
I didn't see it.
Cool food delivery. I'm really confused what I'm
Thank you,
looking
sir.
at here. Really confused. Slightly less confused. No, still confused. She's gonna kill him. She's creepy. The old taking a bath. Not in the bath water though, just sitting on that thing.
It's normal.
Do you need some help? What? Oh, come on, no. 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 No.
Just like cream puffs.
Oh, no. You can eat my cream puffs. You know what I'm saying.
She's not even
She's
yelling.
got
at
too
you.
embarrassed by herself.
Yeah. I'm gonna start slapping herself.
What was the purpose of that exactly? How did that further the characters?
You have to know that she's in love with him. That'd be kind of awesome. Sister's trying to kill him. He has to figure out who it is.
Who are these people?
Those are all the
Just
girls.
imagine a bunch of naked girls.
Apparently in Japanese, keiko is I'm going to marry my sister.
Don't ever
They
accidentally
said
say
it so many times. They need to like get a crazy short form of it. Just keiko. Keiko the whale. He was just, I want to marry my sister. Oh, well there we go. That's her sister. All right.
So they
You
review.
can just shut her down. We figured it out.
Are you sure? They probably have to.
No, that's it. That's who it is. All right. End this thing. End this. End it now. Now. Okay.
You don't like the feature film?
Keep,
All those girls.
keep the name up. Okay. What's the name of this thing we just watched?
Well, what do you think the name is, Pat?
It's right up there at the
all
top.
right, all
Just
right,
read
all
it.
right.
Let's read it.
Well, can I just point out it was subbed for us by Horrible Subs. Thank you so much for your job.
That was a horrible job.
Kono Naka ni Hitori
Inu.
Imouto
Iru.
ga iru. Okay. What was keiko?
Yeah.
Apparently, we found out keiko is Japanese for I want to marry my sister.
俺は妹と結婚
He
So-
accidentally yelled it in the middle of class while daydreaming.
He did. As we all have been sitting there in class, as some kid has randomly yelled something like, "Monster trucks are alive!" And you're just like, oh, he's just probably daydreaming, and shouted something out halfway through class.
It's normal.
I'm just going to refer to this show as Keiko, the I'm want to marry my sister show, because that was a great
Keiko,
line.
the incestuous whale.
Maybe that's what it translates to.
That apparently is it right there, Keiko.
結婚
It's like, oh, one of those fellers. All right.
He's a Keiko.
All right. It started out with actually explaining why his parents aren't around, making sure he doesn't get into his mischievous sexual
Sister's pants.
acts. Yeah. And it turns out his father has died, or his grandfather, I can't remember. No, it's his dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's left him someplace, but there's on two conditions. One, he go to some academy and learn how to be smart. And two, he marry someone by the time he graduates from high school.
Just finds a woman.
Yeah. So that really sets us up quite nicely. His mom apparently was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna buy you a apartment, so you know, you can bang people and such." So, good mom right there. Kind of creepy actually. And then he has some weird dream about his sister, who he's never met, wanting to marry him. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He's daydreaming that while he's at the funeral home.
Feel like you say if you're at your
It might have
dad's
been a
funeral
daydream, or she might have
and
been out there.
Yeah, she may have been there. or
Okay,
might
she
have
may
She
have
got
been
the
there.
phone call.
yeah, But if you're like at your dad's funeral and the only
How'd she
thing
know
you're
he was
thinking
in
is,
there, though?
man, I wish I had a sister to marry. You're a weird person. Your dad's just died, for crying out loud. He's also complaining like, oh, I can't believe I have to help so much with this funeral. You're his son. Stop being a douchebag, man. Anywho, the main plot is old black hair with these 2 pink triangles in her hair. What should we call her?
Old black hair is fine.
Old black hair. She was crossing the street after getting a single cream puff from I forget what the chocolate shop. And what do you know? A truck was coming around the bend. Luckily, the main character used his force field push to get her out of there.
He just stayed on the side of the road and just like was surprised.
It didn't make a whole lot of sense, and
It made no sense.
Like 1 second after she almost died, they didn't refer back to it at all. Although his scar on his head kind of hurt, so I'm guessing it's something like, if you've ever seen Harry Potter, whenever Voldemort was around, his scar would start hurting. I think it's pretty similar to that.
The force and like his scar started hurting.
Anywho, who knew she was actually in his class? She's like the class representative, and he sat by her. Anywho, later, whilst on a romantic trip to take some trash out, she almost kissed him for no real reason.
He called her by her name.
By her first name,
and
he was getting all, I don't know, betwixt his legs. She was just feeling it. Anywho, some other girl jumped out of a tree. There were some other girls who were like, hey, we got to go to some eating. And then later that night, he got a birthday cake where his sister called him up and was like, hey, I exist.
I sent you that cake.
And then hung up for no apparent reason. And so then he started dreaming about like just the 5 random girls he knows at the school naked or something. Oh, and the main character girl, she
old black hair.
Old black hair. I'm sorry if I am not calling them by
everyone's
their
a
real
girl,
names.
So you gotta figure out.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
that's the only one it introduced.
Anywho, old black hair. She was.
Well, introduced the old Tree McGee.
She was rubbing her breast fondly whilst reminiscing about
the trash day.
The trash day. It didn't make a lot of sense. There was also the girl who's mad about something, and she wanted him to kiss her for I don't even remember why. And
to
then
prove that he doesn't.
He wasn't trying to kiss some other girl or something. It didn't make a lot of sense. And then at the very end, he tracks some girl in a witch's outfit.
Glasses.
Yeah, old witch outfit woman, and she said that she was his sister, so that cleared up that mystery. Turns out the girl in the witch outfit, she's the sister. So
that we know so far. It was a dramatic cliffhanger.
That's the end of the first episode.
Yeah.
Okay, there's around 100% chance she's going to come up with some crazy, stupid thing that is going to
My
make
little
it.
sister,
So,
I mean, like, in the colloquial sense.
By I am your little sister, yeah, I just meant, I might be.
You misunderstood me. That's, like, it's one of those homonyms in Japanese.
Yeah, why doesn't he just, like, next time his little sister calls him up, just be like, hey, who are you?
Meet me over here.
Why don't you pop on over for a minute or something? Yeah. This show looks kind of terrible.
Now, how does it compare to the show we just watched?
It made more sense, I'll give them that. They only had one cutaway to some random lobster fighting a superhero. So, that you gotta give them that. It kind of made sense.
Must have a higher
Although,
budget.
in the sense of, like, if someone were to randomly walk by and look over at your screen, this would probably have a more awkward, like, wow, I didn't know he was into that kind of a thingness. But,
I thought this story was easier to follow.
To follow.
The story it's kind of worse.
Some girls like this guy.
I think less clothes got taken out.
And
this
one
one's
of
less
them,
wacky, I think.
And the girl in the witch's outfit is his sister.
Yeah.
That's the moral of the story.
Less wacky. The other show was too crazy for me. I didn't like it at all. This one was like I don't also like this, but if I had to choose between watching the full thing of either of these two shows, it
gonna
would
keep
probably
watching
be this
this,
one.
Laven?
I'd probably keep watching this one instead.
You're gonna for sure.
No, I didn't say that.
If you
I said
if
between
you
the
were
two.
at Gunpoint, you would
Yeah, if I
watch
had to
this
choose between this one and the one we just watched, this one's less crazy things are happening throughout the course of the show.
So, if anyone has ever watched Kono Naka, blah blah blah, if you could tell me why old black hair has 2 pink triangles in her hair, and
Send in your letters.
and if someone else could tell me what Keiko translates to, if it actually is, I want to marry my sister. Was it little sister or just sister?
Now the Japanese have a specific word for this. You needed to shorten a sentence
It must
because they're
have
like,
been
this
little
happens
sister.
too often.
Yeah, but too much. I mean, it's kind of like hello. Originally, it was like 12 words long, and someone said, you know what, we say this all the time. Just shorten it down.
Konnichiwa.
You know, that's a good point. I think Keiko is shorter than Konnichiwa.
You think I want to marry my
It
little
happens
sister?
more frequently.
Yeah, but it's more frequently that someone has to say, you know, hey, I'd like to marry my sister, than, hey, how you doing? It's a beautiful morning out today. Anyway, I'll have to give it 1 star out of 5.
Wow.
It was
Now, out
that
of
bad.
10, is it 1 star?
I'm gonna have to also give it 1 out of 10.
Okay, so that was higher than the last one then.
Well,
Well,
out of 100, what percent would you give it?
oh, I'd probably give it a 3.
3% or 30%?
3.
3%.
Just 3 out of 100.
3
And
units.
if you weren't sure of the last one, I gave 2 out of 100. So
3 dumpsters in the alley out of 100.
3 dead hookers in the alley, out of 100.
3 pop cans thrown out of trees.
Yeah. 3 crazy girls thrown out of trees. Jumping out of trees out of 100.
Yeah. Good old harem. Everyone likes this guy. My question, same as last time. What did the people who had to go into some producer, how did they pitch this show to get him to...
Apparently he wanted to marry his sister. So
Okay.
this is like his true life story.
So apparently they're like, look, it's
Who could write
harem
this with like a
in
sane
high
mind?
school and something about a sister.
It
maybe.
seems to me that they just took all the letters that they get from Otaku, and they're like, all right, so this 14% of these guys want to see someone marry their sister. All right, 18% of these guys wish that it was happening in a school. 12% wish that it was a guy with a bunch of girls surrounding him. Like, all right, let's just put these all in one show.
Terrible show all around. I think that can be agreed on.
You're not gonna watch it anymore?
You're not gonna. You're dropping it. You're gonna make the decision right now.
I'd have to see a lot more breast rubbings to be willing to watch the rest of this show.
More cream puffs?
We
Agree. Oh, that
we
was
can't rule out
weird.
that that's not gonna happen.
That's quite weird. If he could like master his force push to just push more people out of the way of things.
Force push.
He might.
I think
That might be the
that would
beginning of
make a
the
good
episode
show.
2. Just push the witch off the roof.
愛しさで眩しい世